Hey everybody, this is Chris Kelly, managing producer for entertainment at NJ.com, joined again this week by our food dude, Pete Genovese,
Hey.
to talk about all that's happening in New Jersey food this week. Pete, we got some donuts on the table
Donuts,
here.
always, one of my favorite sayings, always start your day with a donut.
That
I
would-
often do.
That sounds like an always finish your day in the emergency room getting a...
Donuts are kind of good for you. You know, the studies have shown. So, yeah, big
I wanna
news
read that
if you're into donuts. I have two favorite donut places down the shore. One of them is opening up a new store tomorrow, 7 o'clock sharp on
7 a.m.
LBI.
And there'll be a line out the door for this.
I'm sure.
Because it's called...
Sure Good Donuts. Now they have there are both locations on LBI. One is in Ship Bottom. As you come over the Causeway, it's right there on the right-hand side. They're opening on tomorrow is Beach Havens, further south on the island, sort of one of the commercial cores of LBI,
Sure.
commercial towns.
So what makes these donuts special?
They're made to order. You know, you go into a donut shop. You know, the donut guys up at Crack of Dawn making the donuts, like in Dunkin' Donuts.
The Dunkin' Donuts
you know,
guy,
making the donuts. These are made to order. You fill out at Sure Good. You walk up, you fill out a little sheet, check off what you want on your donuts. You can literally personalize your donuts. You want the sprinkles on or the jimmies, whatever you want to call them. Take them off, put them on. Glaze, not glaze, chocolate, strawberry, whatever.
Fillings.
Fill in anything you want. You hand it to the girl behind the counter, and they you can see the machine is right there in front of behind the counter, and it rolls off kind of like the donut assembly line.
Okay, Pete. Here's my question. So there's some restaurants that have this concept, like make your own, make your own salad, or make your own rice bowl or something. I get a little frustrated. I'm paying you to make it for me. You're putting this pressure on me to make it myself. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. You could just say, give me a chocolate donut. You don't have to even probably fill out the slip. But the important thing is not just personalizing donuts. They're hot. Nothing like a hot, greasy, healthy
right out of the
donut, literally right out of the bath, the hot oil bath. There's nothing like that. Cup of coffee. What do you need?
So it sounds like that's breakfast this weekend for you.
I might be 7 o'clock. Might be actually no. I'm doing something else tomorrow. But but they're great donuts. And again, my two favorite donut shops down in the entire shore just happen to be made-to-order places.
And the other
Sure
one?
Good. The other one is Brown's on the Ocean City Boardwalk.
Okay.
Same concept. You order. Now they only have about a half a dozen donuts. They make it easy. You don't have to fill out a form. They have just 6 varieties. Give me one of the 6, and you tell the person behind the counter, and that's it. Sure Good's a little bit different. Again, you fill out the form, customize your donut.
I don't want to put you on the spot,
Yeah.
but if it was Shore Goods versus Brown's, you have to choose. You're on a desert island. You're on the sequel to Lost, which is set in a donut shop. Is it Shore Good or is it Brown's?
I'm bringing a half a dozen of both. Sorry. See, but again, I have to because they're really the same kind of donut. If you blindfold 50 people, I'm not sure they could tell really the difference. Sure Good's a little bit more. Again, there are more different varieties available. So that's what makes them different, but I'm not sure they can better. But there's so much. People will talk about Opco's. Opco's is a big name. They're in Toms River. I don't think they're in the same league. There's a place called Doco in Wall Township, right at the 33-34 circle. Same thing, made to order. But I think these two, Browns and Sure Good, just a cut above everybody else.
But you won't pick between them. You are a donut diplomat.
Yes, that's exactly diplomatic. Yes.
All right, we got some very exciting news coming up. Monday morning, 9 a.m., we're going to have some breaking news excitement on NJ.com. What are we doing?
Breaking pizza news. The phenomenally successful New Jersey Pizza Power Rankings first came out last October. People are still commenting from last October. So this is a list of 25 best pizzerias.
25 top pizzerias in New
Jersey. This is, if there's one food that Jerseyans will debate over, will argue until the end of time, it's pizza. More than anything else. More than burgers, more than bagels, more than hot dogs. Pizza is our number one hot button.
And if there's one thing where it's apt to change, where one month, a couple of places are on top, but the next month a whole new place is opened up and it's fantastic, it's pizza as well.
And that's what in the last couple of weeks I've gone to a lot of the newer places that literally, there's, as we're speaking right now, like 6 pizzerias just opened. It's just, they're everywhere.
It's like whack-a-mole.
The rage now is Neapolitan pizzas, which are sort of the personal 7-inch, 9-inch pizzas that make.
That's a thin crusted.
No, they're puffy, soft, puffy
yes,
crusted
right.
Neapolitan, and they're in coal or wood-fired ovens. You can't bake these in a conventional oven because it's not hot enough.
And these have a little bit of a softer dough to the
Softer
texture,
dough,
right?
but there's a char. There's sort of that blackens, and it's basic. They're all different kinds, but margarita, the mozzarella,
Traditionally, a fresh tomato type sauce.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We have a comment here.
Okay.
One of our commenters says that you have to stay above Ocean County for pizza because South Jersey pizza is terrible. Pete?
No, not true. Again, South Jersey with the stigma. There is good food in South Jersey. There is good food south of Trenton. I spent a day and a half hitting South Jersey pizzerias for the updated Pizza Power Rankings, and there may be a couple of those that crack the top 10, not just top 25. So there is good pizza. There's great, not just good pizza in South Jersey. There's great pizza in South Jersey. You have to know where to look.
You have to know where to look.
Yeah.
But here's the rest. So we started this in October. We had 25 places. You've just spent the last couple of weeks tasting a whole bunch of new things. Are there going to be some changes in this ranking?
Yeah, the top 25. I think about half of the top of the 25 back in October are dropping out of the top 25.
Wow.
That's some serious upheaval.
Wow.
And again, people might say, well, how can you do this? How can I have all these places drop out? Well, we haven't done it in 6 months. Again, a lot of new places. And some places lost their luster.
Sure.
And I guess these newcomers are doing it. They're not exactly playing by the rules. They're not typical corner pizzerias cranking out the same old pizza. They're inventive
fresh
toppings.
Ingredients.
One place that may or may not be on the list offers rabbit sausage. Like,
wow.
Who does that? Rabbit sausage. It was actually pretty tasty.
But you're not telling. We're not giving anything away.
And I'm not saying that place. That place will know if they're watching. They'll know who they are because I think they're the only one that does rabbit sausage. But they may or may not be on the list. We'll see.
So, and in addition, last time there were some places that almost made the list, and maybe you can reconsider some of those places.
A couple of those have now cracked the top 25. They will. Some of the newcomers on the rise.
So, will there be controversy in terms of what dropped off? Will people be like, how could that lose its place?
There were some pretty big names. There's some big names that everyone who knows anything about pizza in New Jersey will recognize, and they have dropped out of the top 25. So
wow. Do you expect death threats?
I hope not.
We do not have to get the FBI involved in this.
You don't want to threaten somebody named Genovese, I think, to begin with. I don't think you want to do that, but I'm not saying no. Anyway, but no, I mean, like I said, pizza is the hot button food topic in New Jersey. We can talk about it. I could make a top 50 list and top 100 list, and people will say, how dare you leave off this pizzeria? So it all makes for good debate.
And the list is still in flux. We're just about there. You're
putting
your finishing touches on it.
The polls have not quite closed yet, but the top 25 are more
anybody who thinks this is not something, this is some list you just slapped together.
No. Again, I made it clear to you. A couple weeks ago, I said I have to go to these new places. It's absolutely important because I'm hearing good things about them, and so you have to do it. And then I hit a couple of the older established places too to see if they'd slipped or not. So. And
do you eat the whole slice, or is it a bite or two?
Sample. Sampling
just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's and the second you bite into that.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you take, the front, and to get a sample of the toppings, and you have to go with crust too.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who don't eat their crusts are should not be allowed anywhere near pizza.
Frankly, we should execute them.
That's often the best part. It's gotta have the crust.
They should bring back the death penalty for those people.
Well, I don't go that far, but.
That is all we have this week, but on Monday morning you can see this on NJ.com 9 a.m. We will reveal the Pizza Power Rankings, and we'll come back next week and talk about some of the comments, what some of the readers are saying about this, some of the things we missed or think that you got wrong or got right.
The love letters and the nasty and the threats.
Yes, and the death threats. Until then, for NJ.com, I'm Chris Kelly.
Pete Genovese.
Happy eating.